Greg has absolutely no experience driving a car with this much power in a manual transmission. So, EMTs, if you find this footage, please put it on my YouTube channel. Hey guys, what's going on? Chad here with Shifting Lanes Garage. And today, well, today I'm going to be doing something that I absolutely hate doing. That isn't it. What is it we're doing today? Well, as a lot of car guys can attest to, I am a awful passenger. I hate riding shotgun, and more specifically, I hate it even more when I'm passenger in my own car. And that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're actually going to drive to Greg's house, and he's going to taste 705 wheel horsepower in the Mustang for the first time. It should be a fun day, but I'm not looking forward to sitting right there.
Tire pressure fault.
So there's a funny story behind that. I just got the stock wheels that have the tire pressure sensors in it.
Yeah.
I put it in my garage, and it picks up like in the next garage bay.
Oh, really?
So that's how you're getting, like, I don't know if it's showing you the tire pressures.
It just says tire pressure monitor.
So like
fault.
it picks
That's
up, it's like tire pressure low. I'm like, the tires aren't on the car.
You're probably watching and being like, oh man, I wonder what he's gonna do. I'm not going to go do rolling burnouts all over the place, nor am I going to push this car anywhere close to probably half of what it's capable of. I'm more just interested to like see what it's like, and you were nice enough to like let me drive it. So now it's more of just me like saying, okay, how is it driving like a big front end GT car again? Let's see if I remember how to do a manual. Clutch in, e-brake down, first gear. Clutch is definitely springy, but it's not as heavy as I thought it would be. Don't stall. That would be a great thing. That would be very nice. Yay, no stall.
Tell him to get the car rolling and then push the gas. He immediately
the exact opposite. Yeah, I know.
Greg tries hard, but doesn't listen to instruction.
Well, that's my ADD.
It should make this all the more terrifying.
Well, that's my ADD kicking in. So I feel like I'm driving a fucking NASCAR. I'm so close to the wheel. Oh, okay.
I've been waiting for that.
So Chad gave me a little tutorial on how to drive the car before we set off, and he's like, you're gonna be impressed by the power, you're gonna probably be more impressed by the brakes. And I just like I just touched them with like my pinky toe, and I just went but just in that little bit I could tell the brakes are like very good.
So as Greg gets up to speed on this, I did kind of want to walk you through his cars with actual horsepower, because Polestar's great. It literally makes less than half of what this does.
Correct.
What are the most powerful cars you've ever driven?
Ooh, most powerful cars I've ever driven. So the single most powerful car I've ever driven was a Hellcat Red Eye.
Okay, those are what?
Like 797, I want to say.
Okay.
Basically, I've been in the 500 to 700 range before, but
so
none of them were manuals. None of them.
None of them were manuals. So like, basically, the Mustang, if you do some math, is right around, if not a little above 800 at the crank, which all those cars are advertised at the crank. So that's, I know wheel horsepower is the only one that matters, and 705 for basically a stock Hellcat at the tire.
Right.
Greg has absolutely no experience driving a car with this much power in a manual transmission. So, EMTs, if you find this footage, please put it on my YouTube channel. Hey guys, real quick, not to interrupt Greg having just way too much fun with my car, but the holiday season's right around the corner and we have new merch. Anyone who's ever held the flashlight for your dad, well, we got a hoodie and a t-shirt for you. And we have just the classics if you're looking to help support the channel with some Shifting Lanes Garage merch. Link in the description below. We really appreciate you guys. Now back to hopefully Greg not crashing my car.
So this is pretty easy to drive, quite frankly. As a daily driver, just with 700 horsepower, this feels like a very approachable car.
Right, and that was by design when we were picking parts and building the car. So like,
this is your daily, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
All the parts from the back of the engine to the basically ground is designed for a 1,000-pound foot.
Right. Okay. So it's an insanely safe not
Right.
insanely conservative build, but it's a safe build.
Right. So when we were
Within
talking
every tolerance.
clutch, transmission, which has been
Right.
rebuilt, drive shaft, which is a one-piece carbon fiber. Greg found the brakes again.
Brakes, jeez. They're
Um,
so crazy.
We went with a twin disc clutch to kind of continue to have some of the drivability.
Tell the fine people that are watching this, what is your RPM that you can redline at?
7,600.
Yeah, I feel like I need to shift this car at 3,500. It's
Yeah.
so weird driving a V8, and this is always what we've talked about with me driving the GT350, and like that thing we did at Pocono, is it's so weird driving a V8 like this, and being like, oh, I have to shift early. Nope, 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 now. And it's like a solid, like few seconds before you actually have to shift it, and that's just such a mind screw. You can also kind of just throw this car into third and you don't have to really shift it like, at all. Like, there's so much torque, but there's also just so much top end and play, and you're like the top of the rev range, like you never need to shift at all. All right, let's see like how grippy these things are. Whee! Like, that's like nothing. This thing takes corners like nothing.
And like steer,
it's crazy.
And turn in, I think, is very positive. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, the turn in is good. The preciseness of the shifting, the preciseness of the steering rack is good. The preciseness of the wheel is good. Like there's almost no like play in the middle. It's just very direct. Like that's super good. The brakes are impressive. But I was curious to be like, okay, does the power and the build and all that line up to a poorer ride quality than my not so modified family wagon? Honestly, this ride's better than it, because it's one of those things where you can definitely tell this is a modified car.
What gave it away?
Loud noises and such. There's not a ton of road feedback from through the wheel, which I don't like. I would definitely like a bit more road feedback.
When you drive this thing around every day,
yeah,
you get an idea more from experience where the wheels are and what they're doing.
Yeah. I love this. This thing's awesome. This is actually a very dangerous drive for me, because now I want something badly. It's dangerous for my wallet, not us.
In this form, with this power, again, as much, if not a little bit more than a Hellcat.
Yeah.
This does everything to me. It handles, it stops, it goes, and you have that power on reserve.
Yeah. This is a better car than a Hellcat for sure. If you're cross shopping a built Mustang GT versus a Hellcat Red Eye, get the Mustang, because you can get what you want. You can get it how you want it. You can probably make it a bit more even reliable than factory in that sense, because you can find those little things that you know are wrong with it and fix it, i.e. the MT82 in this thing.
Right.
And you're going to end up spending less money.
Right.
In a lot of ways.
So even if you have a shop build it for you, right? All in, you're probably going to be right around $60,000.
Right.
You can tell when you're on it because the blow-off valve shuts up.
Yeah.
And if you've been wondering what that's the blow-off valve in here. But what are Hellcats and stuff going for? 60-ish, $70,000?
It depends. A Hellcat Red Eye you probably won't be able to touch until 70, 80, 90, even used. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, and it depends on, like, obviously everything. Mileage, usage, salvage, whatever. Right. But it's one of those things where this is comparable to one of those, as far as pricing is concerned, no matter what. Right.
But you end up with something that, in my opinion, does everything an enthusiast wants.
Right.
You have the noises to make you feel like a racing driver,
100%.
but they're not beating you over the head with it.
Correct.
You have the grip, but you don't have a rive that tries to send your spine into orbit every time you go over a bump.
Totally. And that's why I was like, I wonder if this is going to be like that, because with the lowering springs, with the huge wheels, with the bigger tires that are not more forgiving in any way, that's why I was like very interested in that part of it, because what are Mustangs at their core? They're built for having fun as a daily, essentially. Right. And yeah, people have them as second and third cars, but like, to me, if you're if you're in a position to daily one of these and you're an enthusiast, why wouldn't you? Does this then take away from the dailiness of it? That's why I was very interested in ride quality, because the power is cool and everything like that, but if it turns into just a total shit show, like you're gonna like have like spinal compression issues, then it's like, well, okay, then I really need like a daily driver on top of this.
Right.
With this build the way it is, even if you don't modify the suspension, which I know you want to do more of,
Yeah, like we're not
you
done.
don't need to do anything else to this car to make it more dailyable or more sporty. It's got enough sport, it's got enough daily that this is like, to me, this is like the perfect Mustang build.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty, so just to wrap things up,
I can drive.
it's a phenomenal daily driver with a crap ton of horsepower.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's fast, it does everything you want when you modify a car. But that's going to be a wrap for this, guys. Just a reminder, go follow us on all the social media. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us a thumbs up. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we do a live show. It's basically a podcast. We hang out. We talk to you guys. It's a lot of fun. We'd love to see you there. Again, don't forget, merch link in the description below. But Greg drove my car. I survived. The car survived.
And now I want a big V8.
Of course you did. But that's a wrap on this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.